You have to plan for contingencies, don't you?
Thing. I think that's what was chasing us. Diego, Saul, Elena?
Your people.
Yes. We didn't know what it was. Just heard the voice. I thought we'd scatter and regroup like always. I ran away.
It's dead now.
They're dead.
We're ready. Time for the final assault.
You're getting close to the core. Security is getting much tighter. There are sentry guns ahead.
The core is protected by much more sophisticated sensors. I'm afraid automatic camouflage can only get us so far.
They can see.
I can see everything. I can see everything.
I guess we're kind of similar, you and I.
Oh,
You're the last Ghostrunner. I was the last climber. Keymaster killed our people. We both chose to fight.
I didn't get to choose.
Sure you did. Everyone. One way or the other.
The core used to house enormous technological and administrative centers. Now it's a grim ruin. It's painful seeing my city in such a state of decay. I've learned my lesson. I won't underestimate Mara again.
How can you remember that?
I was already active when Mara killed Adam. I was already active when Mara killed Adam.
Adam?
There are only rumors about the Keymaster's vast laboratory. I've heard she does some terrifying experiments there. I've even heard she sometimes throws people outside. No, outside. Out of the tower. Probably to watch them die. everything you've done for us. I hope that we meet soon, and that we'll all be free when that happens. Goodbye, Jack. Zoe out.
She probably won't survive. But if we fail, nobody will. Even if we remove Mara, the tower will still be riddled with the crime and corruption she brought about. I mean, saving. Regrettably, most of humanity's history and culture is forever lost. Mara didn't care about such things. The only science she prized was her own research. She had no idea how to run the tower. While everything fell apart, she hid away in her laboratory.
What was her goal?
Change. She took it upon herself to alter humanity. You'll see for yourselves soon enough.
Mara the Keymaster will now address the residents of the tower.
That's unexpected.
Why?
She doesn't do speeches. Never been much of a leader.
It's been a long time since I've talked to you. Too long. Some of you seem to have forgotten me.
Oh, I don't think they have.
I'm not here to rule you. I'm here to save you. The outside world is harsh and deadly. And it's not going to change. Not anytime soon. We can't alter the planet, but we can alter ourselves.
Nonsense. That is nonsense. The entirely artificial respiratory system is a graphs covering 80% of her body. No brains to speak of. This is Mara's solution.
What's yours?
Like I told you, I'm resolved to see the will of one purpose.
We need to adapt, to evolve. Technology kept us alive until now, gave us this shelter. But we need to take it in deeper, into our bodies. Some of you already received the gift. They can walk under the sky. Soon, everyone will be enhanced. Soon, we'll inhabit the outside once more. This place is not our home. It's a prison. It's within our power to set ourselves free. It's within our power to set ourselves free. It's within our power to set ourselves free.
You know what?
cannot make them, for the transformation is not easy. It is hard and painful, and it takes work.
A singular opportunity. The technique you'll learn here is beyond what regular Ghostrunners were ever capable of.
Regular. We weren't equal?
Equal? Yes. Identical? No. Some of you had unique abilities. Some had experimental features.
What about me?
What about you?
What were my unique abilities?
You didn't have any, I'm afraid. Who would have thought you were the one destined to become so very special?
Who were we?
We've been through that already. You were peacekeepers. My elite.
No, before that. Before the implants.
There was no before. You weren't born. You were engineered from a single cell up. You don't have implants. You are your implants.
What's the technique?
You remember the Atma chip the girl used?
Brain interfaces.
Yes. There's a way to exploit them. Send a control signal deep into the neural cortex.
You learn how to hack people.
If that's what you want to call it. No, she won't. She doesn't even know it exists. Ironic, considering the way she defeated you. I guess we both kept our little secrets. Software update is complete. Now, to try it out, find their center. Let the implants speak to you. Good. Pick your target wisely. Not every pawn is going to be worth the effort. Just like that. This is actually quite tricky to simulate.
You're worse than Mara.
What are you talking about?
She sacrificed the Ghostrunners. You did it to everyone.
It's a tool. If you don't like it, don't use it.
Those who fear change, those incapable of making the effort, took up arms against us. We had to defend our future, and we did. The traitors are dead, but their supporters still walk among us.
everyone into abominations, place half their bodies with her insane tech.
She made my implants.
It's not the same as the Ghostrunners.
Why not?
She was working for me then.
should report to their nearest Keymaster guard station and await further instructions. Residents who fail to comply will be contacted by officers of the guard and escorted to the augmentation facilities.